Did you know that the average person can make a significant lifestyle change in just 66 days? That's less than 3 months to start a new habit. My life was a mess, to be honest. I was stuck in a rut, feeling unfulfilled and restless. Every day felt like a repeat of the last, with no sense of purpose or direction. I knew I needed a change, but I had no idea where to start. I felt like I was sleepwalking through life, just going through the motions. I was unhappy with my job, my relationships were suffering, and I felt like I was losing myself in the process. It was a really dark time, and I knew I needed to make a change. I started to feel like I was losing hope. I felt like I was stuck in this rut forever, and I didn't know how to climb out. It was a really frustrating and demotivating feeling. I knew I needed to take responsibility for my life. I couldn't keep blaming others or circumstances for my problems. I needed to own my life and make changes. I started by taking small steps. I began to explore new interests, trying to find something that sparked passion and excitement within me. I knew it wouldn't be easy, but I was determined to make a change. I started to notice things that I had never noticed before. I realized that my daily routine was monotonous, and I was just going through the motions. I knew I needed to shake things up. One of the first things I did was to start journaling. I began to write down my thoughts, feelings, and goals. It was amazing how much clarity I gained from just taking the time to reflect on my life. I also started to seek out new experiences. I took up a new hobby, started attending workshops, and even began to travel. It was exhilarating to discover new things and meet new people. As I started to make progress, I encountered obstacles. There were times when I felt like giving up, when it seemed like the change was too hard. But I kept pushing forward, reminding myself why I started in the first place. The more I pushed through challenges, the more I grew. I started to see myself in a new light, as someone capable of change and growth. It was an incredible feeling. Then, something clicked. I had a moment of realization that changed everything. It was like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders, and I finally understood what I needed to do. It was a moment of clarity, where everything just made sense. I realized that I had the power to create the life I wanted, and that was an incredibly empowering feeling. In that moment, everything changed. I felt a sense of purpose and direction that I had been lacking. I knew what I needed to do, and I was excited to take action. The aftermath of that moment was incredible. I felt like a new person, with a newfound sense of enthusiasm and energy. My daily routine changed, and I started to enjoy the little things in life. My relationships improved, and I started to connect with people on a deeper level. I felt like I was living, rather than just existing. I started to notice the little things, like the beauty of nature, the kindness of strangers, and the joy of learning. Life became more vibrant and meaningful. I realized that I wasn't alone in this journey. So many people are struggling to find their way, to make a change, and to live a more fulfilling life. The journey wasn't easy, but it was worth it. I'm living proof that significant change is possible, and I want to inspire others to take control of their lives. If I can do it, you can too. It doesn't matter where you're from or what your circumstances are. You have the power to change your life. I want to hear from you. Share your own experiences in the comments below. What changes have you made in your life, and how did you achieve them? If you're looking for more practical tips on personal growth, be sure to check out my next video, where I share my top strategies for making lasting change. Thanks for watching.